Hello everyone, it's Smoochie, and this video will cover some knowledge regarding hacks. I'll try not to waste any time, so let's go. Firstly, there are three rarities of hacks: rare, epic, and legendary. Each rarity will give you an increased percentage of that specific hack. Now, what some of you might not know is that each rarity has a limit, or a cap, on the amount you can obtain. More specifically, this can be called a hard cap, which means getting more of that specific hack will not increase the percentage no matter how many of them you pick up. Let's take, for example, melee damage, Smasher. You see one melee damage, first pickup, it'll give you 20%. The second melee damage will give you 10%, what's known as diminished return. And then the third melee damage pickup will be about 4%. Now, you'd think that because it was going to be kind of like a half or a third of the hack, be maybe 5%. But because your value is already so high, you have melee damage 30% now, the returns are going to be a bit more diminished, lower than that set value. And you can basically apply this knowledge to blue, purple, or orange, yellowish, legendary. You know what I mean. What I can say is that there are certain hacks that seem to have smaller returns than others. And the only real conclusion I could come to was that it was just the design in the game, that they didn't want the cap to be equal to another value, right? For example, movement speed and energy collection have the same value hack cards when you get them, right? They're both at 5, and then rares 10. And then if I recall, legendary will be 15 or 20%. Possibly 20% for running speed, but 15% for energy collection. Alright, let's dig a little deeper. So returning to this topic about diminishing returns for epic and legendary, one of the ways I felt like I was able to test this was because of my melee hack, and the fact that each rarity has its own cap as well as diminishing returns. So in one of my solo runs, I was fortunate enough to get multiple epic melee damage hacks in my run, and as you can see in the example I'm going to provide on the screen, that I did not really go over 51% after I had claimed the 4th epic hack for it. So it let me know that I required a legendary tier of that, and that epic also had its own, that even though the value was greater, that it more or less shared the same as rare, that you could only mainly get 3, and that the 4th one wouldn't equate to anything. This may not be the case for every single hack, but I was pretty confident that because of this, I wasn't able to increase it anymore. But once you get, like, for instance, 3 blues and then 3 purples, you're pretty much done to go. So in a sense, epic does have its cap, but depending on how you go about your run, where maybe you get more epics at the beginning, or you don't have as many blues or something like that, that could in theory change. But to me, because I'd gotten 1 purple and then I got 3 blues before I got another 3 purples, it was more or less the same thing in my situation. I would also wager that legendary follows the same principle, where there's a certain amount that you'll get and then it just won't matter anymore. But because those values are so high, you won't really see hard diminishing returns from legendary hacks until you're at a threshold that's probably somewhere close or over the value of the initial legendary hack. And what I mean is that, for instance, ability damage gives you about 40%, right? So ability damage is basically going to give you a lot of percentage until you probably hit something like 40 or 50%, as high as that. Not a lot of hacks will be able to go that high because of where their base starts at, but ability damage would be one of those that can do that. Also, reviving ally speed is one that has high values as well per rarity. And I believe pistol damage and again melee damage are ones that start off at like 20%. Those are really high, and also their upgrades are also high as well, you know, like 30%, and then I think pistol is 35 or 40, and melee I'm pretty sure is 40%. So, you know, those have really high or higher caps compared to other hacks that you're gonna get in your playthroughs. I also wanted to let everyone know that you can find hacks in the crates that you can break that usually fill up your surge meter or might have a little bit of ammo in them. You can also get hacks from like the super elites, the robots with the kind of like machine gun that are really a pain in the butt to take down. You can kill them, as you can see here, and you can get a hack from them as well. So you know, sometimes take them out and you might get a hack. That's pretty much it. I don't really have too much other than a couple bits and tips. I think that understanding the thresholds you have for the different hacks, and that someone might benefit more from running speed or shotgun damage than you because, you know, you're at the cap and you require higher rarity hacks in order to increase, you know. I think it'll make healthier playthroughs for kind of like cooperative play, and just understanding that you can get everybody kind of built on a holistic level in terms of hacks from early on, instead of kind of just taking multiple of a singular hack to basically try to get, you know, 1% more, even though that's not going to happen. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful for you, and that was the main point and with all my rambling. But hopefully this helps you, you know, become a better player, or solidifies knowledge that, again, you kind of maybe already surmised but didn't have enough information on. So yeah, hopefully this helps you rise up and play.